Is this thing on? Let's have a good service. All right, our first podcast. We are in the Biz Hospitality Podcast, welcoming a special guest, a longtime friend of mine's, Santi Vasquez, the Antimixologist. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Joe. It was very pleasure. First experience in this thing. We like that everybody go raw. And so I'll just go straight to the thing. And yes, it's been many years meeting you, and it's been we working a lot of things together, events and different shit.
Yeah.
So this is pretty cool. I've never done something similar, and I think that it's very interesting. I see them around going on more and more, and some of the subjects that they try on the podcast are very cool. So I wonder exactly we share pretty much the same shit.
Yeah.
And yes, we have a lot to share for all the experience and the years that we've been together.
We do. I pretty much wanted to bring this live to educate people that go to restaurants, restaurateurs, let's say influencers as well, because some of them, don't know how to treat, let's say, industry people or restaurants.
Definitely not.
Not only that, people that are undecided, that they're like, oh, I want to be a doctor, but I also want to be a bartender. Like, what should I do? And then, to pretty much just give knowledge to the world, people who are in the industry, people who are not in the industry. I know we have a lot of experiences, you more than I do.
Good and bad.
Good, bad, in the kitchen, outside the kitchen, behind the bar, on top of the bar, I'm sure.
That's very important.
When the night is right. When did you get into the business? Was it in Colombia? Was it in Miami? How was it?
Well, actually, I start little things, little gigs, let's say, on Colombia when I was very young, maybe 14, 15, something, little parties, house of friends, something like that. Even from my family, my father wanted to do drinks, and he used to know a lot. He used to have bars. He has the 3 first bars in the island where I born. And then he teach me a few things. So when he wants to don't be bothered, he said, hey, do the drinks for your own concentration. I can drink a little bit under. And
Nice.
In my countries, it's not a problem that you drink very young age. But then when I really go in the business was when I landed in Panama. And for my studies in the college, I was doing advertising marketing.
Okay.
And to help my family and thing, I found out that this was pretty interesting, something that I like already a little bit. I don't know so much. And I found the chance to start doing bar backing and do events. And then I jumped very fast in restaurant and mostly nightclubs. Actually, I started more nightclub style. And I jumped very fast to be pretty good in this thing. I have a few friends that has a little bit more experience, and very fast started running on that. And then many years there, and then I moved to the States a few years ago. But it was already a long time ago. It's going to be almost 30 years.
Nobody's counting.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Please.
You look great. Don't
You're
worry.
trying to the lights doesn't show the grace so much.
Lights off, please. And was it always behind the bar? Did you have like server experience? Did you ever get kitchen experience? Or
I hate servers as much as I hate being a server. Unfortunately, I was pretty good. No, they're fucking assholes. Most of them are dumbasses. Most of them doesn't know shit what they're doing. Okay, it's some that they do. I saw some servers that your knowledge is insane.
Yeah.
They're very good learning menus, learning ingredients, process and shit, and I respect them so much. And some of them even do a career that is actually very respectful. I don't like when there are dumbasses that they come and they don't know shit and they want to push you on the bar like, hey, I need this right now, motherfucker, or something.
For sure.
And then you're in the middle of the waiting and you're working for 120 seats and you're fucking serving 3-4 seats, motherfucker. You're running.
Exactly.
It's your fucking problem. So figure out your timing. But I did server a few times because it's need to. And actually, at this point in my life, I did every possible position in the industry. Actually, I always joke about this, but it's actually serious. I did a food runner, dishwasher, everything. That's why if you see me in an event in a restaurant, if you see me going to the dishwasher, that's one of the persons that I respect the most.
Yeah,
I think they're something absolutely important in the industry and people doesn't give that value. And I hate one of the things I hate of servers, and they go throw the dishes like whatever, like man.
With
But
food still on it, and they don't.
And yeah, they organize, they don't squash the shit. And I'm very OCD. You remember, I was a Marine, so I have a very, very heavy OCD. And for me, organization make you fast. One of the things that makes me faster or fast behind the bar is I'm very organized on my things. I know where there's everything and where everything goes. And I hate when somebody moves my shit.
100%.
Yeah. We're working together and somebody moves your shit and like, you have it in front of your face and then you don't see the fucking bottle here.
Yeah.
So when I go to the dish pit, I always try to put organized, same kind of dishes, same kind, everything as organized, and they like me because of that. But because I was in that position, and I suffered that situation. And then I did everything. I did bar manager, brand ambassador, distribution, beverage director, everything. And then a few years ago, working here, we already met. I was working in a little hotel in Collins, and I realized they were doing remodelations. So it was sometimes they were open, sometimes not, and I need some extra hours. And I asked my bosses at that point, two Italian ladies, very fun, to give me chances to make 2 positions. And they, at the beginning, they don't understand, like, what do you want to do? I want to do at least 1 or 2 days at front desk and a few days as a bellman. I was like, why? Because it's the only 2 things that I never did before. And in the kitchen, I never want to be a chef. Oh, well, I admire them. I admire a lot, but I don't have the studies, and I respect what they study. It's like the same that I expect that they respect what I know and what I learn and how much it takes me to learn. So I respect chefs so much. But I jump in the kitchen. I did 1 time for a pretty decent time, a few months of cold line, and another time I did for a few decent months hot line. It's fucking hard, and I respect them so much. But in this other case, I never did these other 2. Front desk, annoying, stupid people, customers, but they're pretty cool. But funny, the bellman. The bellman, I used to like, it's always, I grew up in that time when the bellman was always in your hotel. And I always want to see or how it feels when you deliver the bags and do like, and actually, it's really funny. It's like, it still works. And then I go,
kind of like the movie Home Alone where the guy is like...
No, it's really like that. And I didn't know that shit still works. And people give you the tip on the credit card, how that works. No, still people carry some cash for that. I'm very much a person like always pay with card, and so I carry cash just in case to tip my friends. Yeah. But I never think about that. And definitely, people tips. It was fun. It was random. And sometimes it looks like exactly like movies. You're carrying like too much bags and shit. Yeah. So the big family, the kids annoying, but it was funny. So at this point, yes, I did pretty much everything. Is not that I'm an expert on everything or that I'm an expert on the industry, but I think it was really worth it because it's very important to make you get on the feet of the other person. Really, real empathy. Empathy. I tell you, I hate servers, and they know it. And they know me, and they know I'm an asshole. And when I'm the service, I'm gonna treat you like hell. If you fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you very bad. You're gonna regret. But I respect them in many ways because sometimes I know tables. That's why I don't like it. If I
take a lot of shit.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's the same thing. And when I was a server, the servers, I want the pot. No, I'm what we call it a long or a short server. I'm a short server. I rather a table of 2 or 4 that I can properly serve you, that I can go on your side and serve you properly. Those tables are super long, and you cannot serve the person, and everybody's asking different. No, I'm not going to bring you a good service. And one thing that for me matters the most on this is the service. I'm very picky about that. For me, customer service is shit. I don't believe that the customer is always right. No, my ass. Fuck you. No. You are many times wrong. You're many times stupid. When you don't know what you're asking. You ask for Tito's and vodka. Now, I know. You order Tito's, you don't have money to tip. You're already a loser. Okay, things like that. But besides that, the experience for me is important. For me, that's something that I'm very picky. I told to everyone that that like when we were together, and when we were instructors together and everything, for me, and I said, and I posted not so long ago on my Instagram chat, and I always said, a glass of water, properly served, is the best glass of water that you ever drink. The best cocktail in the world for the fucking mixologist, blah, 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 with the wrong attitude, is the fucking worst cocktail in the world.
100%.
You don't want to pay that shit. I will not. Those motherfuckers that wants to be above you, about your customer, no. We are definitely the clown industry, We always cover a mask. We know we are talking about the problems that the industry have. We all know.
Yeah.
We all have fucking the biggest depression problems, the biggest drugs problem, the biggest alcoholism problem, the biggest suicidal problems in the world. And we all go and we go with a fucking smile. I hate when a server, bartender, whatever you want, they go and, because you're mad because you have a problem. It's your fucking problem. When you go here, you bring the service. So for me, that's something that is really, really important. And that exactly when you talk about experience and shit, it gives me the empathy with my other coworkers. If I see a server struggling and I can help them, I can go for your table and help you. If I see you carrying shit and I'm not in the base, in the weeds, I can help you. So I think that's one of the things that helps the most.
Yeah.
In that I will like really believe that if it was for me, most of the people that jump in the industry should do that tour, or at least you should have we should have like a steps. Like, okay, you want to be a bartender, you need to go at least dishwasher, buzzer, barback to be a bartender.
Yeah.
Not the new guys that jump and you and me, we know how many people we train that they believe that they're mixologists the next day.
Oh, a lot. Or just bartenders. They'll go ahead, it's their first day. Yeah, I've been bartending for 8 months. But then they're like, how do you make a Long Island? And it's like, but it's very basic. Or how do you make a margarita? Or how do you make your margarita? I go, okay, well, I could tell you how I make it, but how would you make yours? Tequila, and it's like, but I thought you said you were a bartender. Oh, okay, and
You ever heard that shit that I hit the real, everybody has his own book. No. Some things are the way that they are done is the way that they are done. I understand that you can create your twist. You can create your shit. You were competing how long ago? Not so long.
That was last year.
Last year you was traveling. You competed in a World Cup shit.
Yeah.
You have all the knowledge to make any twist you want. And I believe promised myself that it's gonna be great if I try it. I think you have something for me later that you create.
I did.
So that's the idea. We can create whatever crazy shit, and we can invent the most crazy shit. And I allow, and I push people to get creative, do your shit. But if you go for somebody asks you something really classic, and they want it really classic, it's just one way to make it. It's the classic way to make it. Exactly. You can and now I create this. Okay, now it's your creation. It has the same name, but you need to explain person or whatever that this is your claim. I saw a video exactly like a film on moments like yesterday or something. A kid, no, I've been working like 3 years, New York, something. He says like, I don't remember, Oklahoma, something. I think I have enough experience. And then a server comes asking me for a pepper airplane. What the fuck is that shit? Man, you said that you have some experience 30 years and you don't know what's a pepper plane, and you said pepper airplane, and you're still complaining about the server. That's when the server overcome you. He knows better than you, or the customer. So
for sure,
please, and have the balls, or ladies, the tits, to agree to that you can be wrong or that you cannot know everything. I've been in this shit for so long. I've been doing all the kind of bars. I like a nightclub, like you and me, a nightclub, a spark club, fine dining shit, even cocktail bar competitions. I don't know all the fucking cocktails. It's impossible.
Impossible.
And I know some guys that really know, what I call it, really know the book. And they know like a ton of classics and shit. My respect. Sorry, man, I don't have the mind for that shit yet. I'm getting too old to remember all that shit. I have a lot of shit on my head, my personal problems, mostly, to remember everything. So I don't have any problem to say I don't remember, as my fellow bartender on my side, or even turn around and check in your phone.
No.
If you are a good bartender, you know which internet you can rely and which not. You should go for the first Google search or ChatGPT. Don't tell me. No. That's bullshit. But with you and me, we know some basic pages, I don't know, Difford's Guide or Liquor.com, that are real and reliable, and okay, this recipe is going to be. And some of the times, you and me, we know the idea of the recipe, but we don't remember one of the ingredients, and we don't remember the garnish. Very fast, 2 seconds you make it. No. You don't need to say no to the customer. Or check first, and then you can say, no, I don't have the ingredients, or shit like that.
Yeah.
But yes, so for me, it's more about that. It's definitely the experience that you bring, what you deliver, is what makes you a good bartender or not.
For sure.
Yeah, but most of them, like you said, I guess when you went on the competition, you made a lot of networking about Europe and shit. You 100%. Met very good people.
Yeah.
And there's people that you can share good experience that really know.
Yeah.
And then so for sure you met at least one asshole.
For sure. There's always one asshole in the
At
group.
least.
I mean, that's a given.
And in my case, I cannot say name or nationality because probably he feel identified. I don't fucking care. Of course, was the guy from Chile that got in the first meeting. They make a meeting before the World Cup, and we all introducing ourselves. They were doing like a little training before go to Finland to the World Cup. So we were coming like, yeah, what's your name? Joe. He presents. I'm from United States. Okay, so we go. And then we're having the chill, and the guy standing and said like, oh, I'm sorry for all of you because you're all gonna be behind me on this because I'm gonna win. You're not putting a little value in everyone around you.
Right? I mean, it's a competition. You guys are the finalists. You guys.
Yeah, exactly. I said, you have teams do you follow? What do you like the most? Football,
You can say football.
car shit. I love car shit. So in Formula One, even I hate. The guy that is the son of one of the owners, and he's there because of that. Yeah, he's there because daddy has money. But that motherfucker, anyways, knows how to drive a F1 car, so it definitely is better driving than me.
Yeah.
So you cannot believe that you're the biggest shit on the table when those people earn the position to be there.
For sure.
I like that you have the confidence that you want to go to the trophy. You can tell the other ones, hey, I want this trophy, but fuck, let's figure out. But said that you already win when you didn't start. Funny thing, kick on his ass, eat your shit. You ended up like 15, motherfucker. I was the number one in the Americas. I overcome you by like 6 spots, motherfucker. I'm top 10. You know, bitch.
Yeah.
So I think life kick your ass when you are like that. I don't like. That's why the anti-mixology situation is. And I always explain, no, I don't like pretentious people. Pretentious with me, you fucked it up already.
I don't think you could be like that in this industry and be successful. You can if you're very good, but at the same time, you're not gonna get along. You're gonna burn bridges. This industry, I feel like it's a lot of networking as well. It's who you know. I mean, we help each other out as far as industry friends, as far as bars. I know if a bar is running out of a product and they ask their neighbors, they're gonna go ahead. They're gonna help each other out. They're not gonna be like, no, I'm the number one bar. Fuck you. You guys are gonna be second and figure it out. No.
Yeah, it doesn't help you. Exactly.
You grow together.
Exactly. No, and I think people make the mistake of thinking that sometimes competition looks bad for you. Oh, I'm on the side of this other bar. They're going to steal my customers. No, normally I think competition brings more people to the same spot. Let's say like we have this podcast right now. You have this podcast.
Yeah.
I think this, when it comes out, is just going to help people to get more interest about what's going on in the business and maybe see your podcast. Wait for the next episode, and on the time they're gonna find that it's another one doing it. Say, okay, let me see what these other motherfuckers think. So we were talking about the other one that we saw.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the guys. Are cool, and they're talking this kind of subjects that are very interesting. So you have one target group that follows you, and they have one target follow. But when you post, and now with the social media shit and all that, people found the hashtags or the shit, and exactly, you grow together. Exactly, you feel
That's how it should be.
If you feel that you're the shit, you probably are the shit. It's like, so I think exactly when you were traveling, your experience with the networking, like you said, is super important.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a nice attitude, nice personality, you don't need to be the charmiest person in the world. Like, I don't think that I am. I'm very smiley because exactly that's my way to treat with my mental problems.
Yeah.
But anyways, we know how to share stuff, and when you start understanding the difference with the other ones, you can start. I think you grow better.
Yeah.
I think it's the best way to grow, and because when I met you, I remember you were just starting as instructor. And now lately I see you competing more. How was this competition? Is it the third one that you go?
So that was actually the first one, my first competition, and I won it. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you won. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was thinking that that was like your third one or something.
No,
I never won on my first one. I get my ass beat.
I was about to retire and be like, that's it. I'm number one champion, 1 for 1, and that's it. I'm never gonna. I did that one. Went to Barcelona, incredible with Juve Camps. Then in October, I did another one with the seafood.
So I did that
one with the seafood festival. I was Final Four. I think it was Catch, it was Better Days, and Sweet Liberty. So some monsters. I mean, I was going up against. They were great. It was Final Four, and then on the beach, on the sand that Friday, I think it's Chef Showdown. That's where we go ahead, we make cocktails, or we make our winning cocktail. People have to vote with a chip, and then the top 2 finalists go on stage, and then they have to go ahead and prepare something just with whatever they have at the moment.
Yeah, the surprise kit.
So I didn't make it to the top 2, but it was a learning experience for sure.
I said to everyone, the problem is, this generation has that problem, and it's not only on the industry. For me, I think it starts with the generation, but it's also a problem of social media that even covers people of our age, that doesn't grow or something. They're thinking on that. Is that instant gratification, instant awarding for everything, and they think that everything is easy and right now. So I compete, and because I read the book, I think I'm gonna beat the ass of everyone. And that's normally not like that, motherfucker. And if you learn in the hard ways, you learn more. I was a judge, not like a month ago. You said for Johnny Walker. For Johnny Walker, that was like a little step ahead of what is world class coming. But the competition was exactly world class style, and I have very good experience with that. I competed many times. I never made it to the World Cup in that one, and it's a big hit. But the good thing is, 2 of the guys that I train go to the World Cup, so it makes me proud about that. I happen to train them. But exactly, many times you lose and you learn. So in this competition, besides that's the problem, I know a lot of them. So and they didn't know that I want to be a judge. So when I was kind of surprised that it's good. And I'm very asshole as a judge. You remember me as an instructor, I'm very nice. Once the judging part comes, I become an asshole. But I think because
you have to, I feel like. That's how you get the best out of people.
Exactly. I train you, or even though you're my friend, I'm going to push you to your limit. I want that you be the best that you can. So that the instant gratification on this generation doesn't let them understand that shit. When I started on this, it was big names in many aspects. In cocktails, we were just starting, and they were pretty simple competitions at that point. It was funny, terrible. Now, if I turn back and I see many of the cocktails that I did at that point, I still remember a few, they were all taste like shit, like petrol. Because we don't have at that point the access for so many tools and things that we have right now. You make your own syrup. You maybe can do one ingredient, but most of them were using just those flavor liquors.
Yeah.
So if the brand wasn't that good,
no,
quality is
not good.
Quality is at that point with the juices, even the whatever was super random pack juices. Yeah. So most of the cocktails was very difficult to balance, and so many times you ended up not in a good spot. And then for the other ones, you will need to have a lot of talent. I never make it very good for the flair. I like a flair. I did a little bit.
I could enjoy seeing it from afar.
I don't have the talent. Last time that I was training, I was already here, and I was doing good. I was trying to juggle 3, and I was doing good. And then I turned, and the sun hit me, and one bottle comes in my nose and break it again. So like, okay, that was my retirement call. Like, no more this shit. I can do still a few tricks, but... And I always admire Chris, the page.
Yeah.
He's been my friend forever. I started following when he started winning, and fortunately, I met him pretty soon. And I always want to say, he's a living legend. You shouldn't fucking respect what he did.
Yeah.
He's nothing like that guy. And even Rodo, his brother, I admire him so much too, but I stay with Chris. But no, when I learned it, when I work in Fridays and all that shit, we did a few flair. Yeah. But some of those guys have such a talent for that shit. And people doesn't understand that shit needs a training. I hate when bartenders are like, oh, flair bartender is an asshole. Oh, idiot. I want to see you training 3 hours a day, like it was a fucking sport, like football or something, exactly. Like a big atlas. That big atlas. I have friends that do that very good, like not only Chris, and they train 3 hours a day, every fucking day, sometimes 4 hours, to try to go in a competition, to don't make any mistake, to don't break the fucking glass. So it's same training. Oh, because I know all the cocktails. I don't care, man. Yeah. You're as good as him on that? No. Maybe he's faster than you, maybe something. That happens to me when I come here, and because when I arrived, I was already kind of old. So sometimes they don't want to hire me, and you're a motherfucker, Kevin, telling me, oh, because you're bald, short, and all. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, Kevin. I love you. But and it was very difficult for me to jump in the nightclubs. Yeah. Because all they want is young kids and women and girls. Yeah, pretty girls. And I think some pretty girls, some of my ex-wives are beautiful and great behind the bar, and some guys too. But it's still, I'm sometimes can beat your ass. I am still a fucking fast.
Yeah.
That's why I'm working right now, is because I do service, because I'm one of the fastest. And just because I'm very focused on what I do, and I know what I do, and I push myself to do it as best as I can every day. And every day I try to learn something. And when I train somebody, when I send you somebody to the school or brings back to me to train with me, I was trying to, oh fuck, I discovered that this goes better this way.
Yeah.
Let's try. So yes, for me, you need to respect the craft of everyone. Flair,
For sure.
diver. Oh, you think that diver is easy? Okay, go. Handle those motherfucker drunks every
At
day of
3 in
the
the
week.
morning, 4 in the morning, all the crackheads that want a beer or just one beer, the homeless, you know,
Yeah.
they want a $2.
Yeah, and
Fly by
some of
them.
the own things that they can buy you for the money. Just snap me one more time,
Yeah.
and I'll break your fucking finger and put it up your ass.
Yeah.
No, these things. It's people. You need to work in all these places to understand. Yeah, people. Oh, franchise. I don't know, Flanagan's or Love or Bennington's or TGI or
Yeah.
something. Go over there. It's difficult. It's different kind of people. It's a regular tourist. It's not your average high-end customer of Miami that's gonna drop. Is gonna take a cocktail with your special whiskey
Yeah.
for $85. No, this person wants a Long Island iced tea. He wants it like that, and he can be very nice. Some of them are regulars, they're cool.
Yeah.
But some of them are tourists, and they're not gonna leave you so much tip in them, and then you need to swallow that shit
Yeah.
and know how to work it. So for me, every person in the industry should have like a different kind of training.
For sure.
I definitely think that everybody in the world should have at least 6 month period in their life that they work in service.
I think so. Everybody. Doctors, firefighters, police officers, teachers.
Everyone. If you can
Yeah.
handle the pressure and the mental shit that you handle on this, is that it will help you a lot on the street to don't be a jerk, to don't be an asshole with the ladies. I'm very picky, like, I lost my father not so long ago, my mother a little longer. And I hate when a bartender is like, oh, that old person. Do you ever think that how would you like that your grandma or your father or your mother were served if they go to your restaurant?
No.
Just that's my position always. I see a old guy, old lady, oh, they don't gonna tip. I don't care, man. They're old. They already made what they need to make in this life for you, for your generation, for
Yeah.
my generation. They deserve at least a little nice treatment. Can be an asshole, yes. You get cranky, you get old. You maybe has a good day, you maybe has a bad day, maybe has a good life, maybe you don't know. Start thinking that everybody has his own shit. And when that old person comes, if you treat them very nice, maybe you make him smile, maybe you make his day. And that will be your father, your mother. So I hate when people is like that. So, yes, persons will be less assholes maybe if they work in this industry and understand how it's put on the feet of no one. It's so funny that many people doesn't know something that we use a lot on the industry about the cry on the cooler or the walking. I think everybody experienced that shit at least one time.
Or scream. I've gone in there and just, All right.
Go out and breathe, fucker, yeah. People doesn't get it why we have so many problems in our minds and they don't understand it. People, it's just a bartender. I fucking hate that. We are not your servants. We are serving you. We are giving you our time. Yeah, we're getting paid. Yes. You're tipping me for that. Yes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make you your slave or your dog. I think you treat your dog sometimes better. Just as one day they whistle us. I'm behaving more with the years, but sometimes I jump the bar to kick their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's sometimes very disrespectful. They'll wave $1. They're waving $1 like they have $100 bill or like they have something.
If you wave me 100, I jump
Oh,
on
I
you
jump,
right now.
exactly. I go
Baby,
straight to
what
you.
you want, baby?
But you're waving $2 at me and you want no.
Exactly. People get entitled, and that's part of
another
this.
thing, yeah.
Part of this situation right now, generation. I hate something that I was lately. This generation, what we were talking is this what I call it, and they're gonna hate me on this. I like it. This Brickle Wingwood crypto influencer boys.
Yeah.
They're full of bullshit.
Yeah.
That the other day we have a party. The crypto is like 300 supposedly people, and they're coming to the super fancy place, which is a nightclub. It's a fancy place, and they're like, and where's the cheaper drinks? And how much? Why so much? And why not? And they don't want to tip, and they were very disrespectful, very rude with the bartenders. Like,
Wow.
man, that's because you're full of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize that maybe one of the only industries that we are keeping our economy kind of decent is us. Do you ever realize that we are some of the only ones that are making real money constant and working constantly?
Yeah.
Because all these kids think that the YouTube, blah, 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 is going to pay the bills. This is a saturated market. It's not going to, they don't has a lot of money to split, but you need to overcome a huge competence to make good money on that. You may get
For sure.
1,000 followers, but that's not when you make money. Do you make money? You have like, I don't know, 5 million? I don't know about that shit. I never get paid $1 for this shit. but I was thinking, so that market is saturated. Crypto market is upside down. That shit. You don't have money.
I
You
don't
don't
even
know.
know what crypto is nowadays. I mean,
I was thinking, I think my father teach me or something. If you don't have it in your pocket, you cannot count with that shit. Is it in your
100%.
bank account or it's in your pocket? Oh, my next check, you don't have it in your pocket. Unless you don't have it. So, all these are playing, and I realize if you see that all of them are paying with credit cards all the time.
Yeah.
So they're barely surviving to make their rent. They want to live on regular Wingwood, yeah? And they barely can survive because they want to look independent, that look successful in just videos.
Yeah.
So they are paying super high rent with money that they don't have. And they are living with credit cards. And I was talking with friends in the industry, and I found at least 4 to 5 cases that people around like that, that are owning more than 50, 60, 70K in credit cards.
holy shit.
If we make money. You get a paycheck every week for your board job.
Yeah.
We have gigs and we figure out these extra shit so we can make money. Maybe this get viral and you make a ton of money. Great for that. But you are not trying to live out this shit and you're not living in a bubble.
Yeah.
So imagine what happened when these motherfuckers doesn't have how to what pays at the credit card. What the credit card bank says like, no, you know, I'm not gonna give you more credit because you're fucked up. You don't have how to pay
They
for
don't
the
pay.
interest and shit. They're gonna break. How they gonna go to party? No, papi, no. You're gonna need to work. And you
100%.
don't know how to work because you're a loser. And the problem is, girls can make a lot of money, OnlyFans, all that shit. Good for you. I don't have any problem with that. But you are looking for this kind of guys that at some point is gonna be a loser, and then you're a great girl, but you are dating the wrong guys because that guy doesn't gonna have how to support you at the next day.
And
we are
not know
ladies.
how to work, like or
They don't know.
treat a woman or guest at their house either, you know, because they're another thing also is they're a different person behind the camera than they are probably in real life. So what you see as an influencer behind the camera, and then you meet them in real life, it could be two totally different people.
Exactly. Like I said, like your experience, you keep doing events. You do events still.
Yeah.
You compete. That competition sometimes has extra price. There's an extra money, you know, but it has. You're trying to do this, that thing, the podcast. Then you are still working in a place.
Yeah.
So you have different kinds of income, but it's a real incomes. That these guys doesn't have it shit, and they don't know how to fix change a bulb in their house. So what you gonna do with that shit? And it's happening a lot. Unfortunately for us, all those stupid people that are paying with credit cards, we are getting some money on that. So when that falls, we're gonna lose. But the difference is, you remember our generation, when we used to go out, they said like, well, these guys are not drinking. For me, that's another bullshit. Do you believe that shit about that they are not drinking so much?
No.
I think they're not drinking because they don't have money.
Yeah.
They're fucking on the ruins. They only save. They drinking less because they need to save more to go and impress a girl to try to fuck her, and that's it. And that's it because you don't have no money. In our time, we used to, yes, we lived with our parents maybe until 20s or something, but because we were putting money on home, and we have like extra half or 3 parts of our income, and then I can join you, and 2-3 guys, okay, now we have money to party, and we try all the money, we throw it. We were stupid too. Yeah, we were not exactly the smartest ones.
Yes.
But, and the good thing is that we were spending money that we have, and that's it. Now when they want to look so successful, they're not having any savings, they don't have any real money.
No.
I think it's just a struggle for us, and because we always need people going to spend. But also, I hope so. I regret on our generation or people that is really working, because it still is young people that really works and that do the things right.
Yeah.
I hope that keep us the business running. The problem is we need to make good money, and also you cannot kill the customer with the prices. And prices in Miami are insane.
Yeah. Depending on where you go, I know you go to South Beach, you have also different taxes and different fees. I think it was might have been Prime 112 or could have been something on the beach. I was inside a hotel. I remember I had a student there. She worked as the host, and she's like, "You have to go, you have to go." And when I looked at the menu, it said 20% service charge. Okay, 20% hotel fee, and then a 5%
Tax.
Tax or something like
yes,
that.
it's a Miami Beach tax or something like that.
So I told her, I'm like, okay, let's put it to simple terms. If I spend $100 on a steak, I'm paying $145 at the end of it. She goes, yeah, but it's worth it. I go, oh my god.
There needs to be a very good steak.
It's gotta be, but I mean, why would I want to pay $100 plus half of what I'm paying on top of it? You know.
We were talking with the guys on the job, and actually because we were trying to do that, I tried to do in one of my last consultings. We were adjusting the prices as much decent to don't kill our customers and try to keep alive the local regular situation.
Yeah.
That I think we need to care about our locals. When low season comes, we always need our locals.
Yeah.
And we need to keep treating nice the industry and everything. And I know that we are allowed to do good things. You ask to your manager and he will, yes, give it a discount on the industry or give it a round of us or something like that. But also for the regular customers, we need to adjust a little bit. I know that the rent is expensive and everything,
Yeah.
but you need to understand if you're gonna have those ads, those 20 plus, you need to adjust a little bit. We need to keep doing money, yes, but you can play a little bit more with the prices of the cocktails or the drinks.
Yeah.
So in the last consulting I was doing, I sit with the director of operations, and we adjusted to the decent price, but minimum possible, so you can go and afford more than one drink.
Yeah.
I want that you go and you enjoy the cocktail. I want that you have the money to repeat it. And it's not, oh no, but we are looking for the super high elevated millionaire from the island or something. Yes, but even though that person is not stupid, the thing that he has the money to spend it doesn't mean that he's stupid unless he's one of those influencers, idiots that doesn't have the money. But if not, a regular person that makes money or that has money, he saw the check. He doesn't mind to pay $1,000, but he doesn't want to pay $50 for a cocktail that he knows that can cost him, let's say, 25 after everything. Because now if you do exactly like $17, $18 a drink, and you make it plus, so it's 20 plus taxes,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. 25, 26 still is a lot of money for what we used to we used to drink
Back in the day.
shot for $5.
Yeah.
But it's can afford. You say, okay, for 25, for 24, I still can buy the girl and I can buy 2 or 3 rounds because I have my budget clear about I'm gonna use, I don't know, $300-$400 for the night.
Yeah.
But if you put like that, $50 a drink, one person drinks to drink, or regular people doesn't drink like you and me drink.
Well,
That's good for them. It's good for them. If they have
We're
our
not cheap
livers,
dates.
yeah, we were girls, we would be a pain on the ass.
Bring your wallet.
Yeah, but exactly, I think industry need to adjust that a little bit and go a little bit more onto that. Like we can afford, even though we have the reasonable numbers, we know the numbers for food costs, for liquor and everything. Try to adjust. So the service, we need to keep having those tips because we don't make so good hourly.
Yeah.
But the company can adjust a little bit to keep the business alive. Because if you kill your locals, if you kill your regulars, survive just for the season.
Nah, you won't. You won't survive.
You know, how many places did you see closing in the last year or last 2 years?
Yeah.
That opened in the last few months or less?
I saw, now that I live close to Wynwood, just walking around, some places didn't even open. You know, some places would go ahead, well, kind of like the situation that you told me before. But some places will go ahead, and it could also be because of the city of Miami with permits and things like that. They're waiting on a permit. They got their staff. They're paying staff to train them, and then their permit is backed up 3 months later. They don't have money to sustain 3 months extra, and then they have to close.
Because the problem is, it was nice if the government in some way hears us a little bit. They understand exactly that. We understand that the things needs to be made on the right way. Okay, we got you. Your grass strip and all the problems that we all have.
Yeah.
But exactly, don't back up you so much because exactly, the landlord doesn't gonna give you 3 months free because the permits didn't pass. So you're paying 3 months, like you said, of rent, and then you try to hire people, And then people needs to leave, so they go and look for another place. So you
That's
need to try to look
exactly.
again. So it's a double job, and it goes along. Yeah, like I told you, the other place we try to open, and we didn't open 2 days or a week before opening. And it's crazy because people get killed on the numbers. The other thing is investing in Miami is so expensive, and if you want to survive, you need to have in your pocket, I guess. My guess is minimum to survive 6 months. Your real thing, if you want to make it right, you need to survive a year out of your pocket to then start making numbers so people start recognizing you. But yes, Wingwood for me is over everything about the amount of places that open and close, open and close, open and close, or open and never get success, and they need to close pretty soon. Open with wrong expectations, open charging too much. For me, Wingwood is totally overrated.
Yeah.
It's totally overrated. There's a few places that I like to go. I think they're great. I think some of them are doing great about cocktails, about food and everything, but it's not everything, and people are charging Wingwood prices like it was the beach or if it was Brickell or something, and they're not. No, and you only have people that comes the tourists on Wingwood, they're not exactly the most expensive one, the people that spend the most.
No.
Yeah, if you go to Brickell, they're okay. Brickell tourist is people that is allowed to pay. But Wingwood for me is not like you put so much like the dress code and thing. It's difficult. It's very difficult.
Different.
I agree with the dress code for some things, yes. And Miami is difficult because we have a lot of model or then influencer or artist, and everybody dress curious in some way.
Kind of weird, especially Art Basel.
Art Basel is impossible to have dress code.
Yeah.
But I understand that because you want to keep your standards, and it's cool. I understand that properly. But you need to understand where you are. In Greenwood, you want to do a super nice, fancy restaurant. Yeah, but a lot of people that goes to Greenwood that you also need because you need your walk-ins.
Yeah.
You need a
100%.
reservation, but it's difficult to fill a restaurant with reservations lately. So you need your walk-ins, and your walk-in is a tourist. He's on flip-flop because he's just seeing the art.
Yeah.
And you need to say no. So, or it's difficult. It's difficult to balance.
Yeah.
This is I'm seeing blowing too much for what it's gonna be. So I think the prices and everything, apartments, everything is insane. And I don't know what's gonna happen with downtown. How do you see that area?
I don't know, because it's changed. It's changed a lot there on Flagler.
Yeah,
you
a
have
few more.
You know, a lot of good bars, but I don't know. I feel like they're also still doing a lot of construction as well.
I think it's important to clean a little bit the area. It still looks too creepy between one street to the other one to be like really walkable.
Yeah.
And that's important. This is the same that happens. I think that happens always with Washington and the beach.
Yeah.
It is difficult to clean, but the city may do something a little bit better for that. But Brickell is pretty stable. But yes, the Coral is also making pretty good.
Yeah.
Coral Gables is making pretty good at things. But yes, it's exciting. You need to know where you're located in Coral Gables. You have a lot of regulars.
Yeah. No, and it's a very residential, high-end. I was working in Coral Gables last month or right before my last gig, and the clientele was phenomenal. I mean,
it's great.
Just people with briefcases and a tux getting out of work for happy hour, and it's like, yep, okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I went like last week. We go a little round with some of the one brand, and we stop in a few 2-3 places. They're pretty busy, not like crazy busy, but pretty busy. And good, and you see that they're like exactly mostly local. So that's why I'm going with the prices thing.
Yeah.
Okay, this is people that you need to keep in some way, and you need to figure out how to offer them something so you can keep them around, and you need to take care of your locals in some way. You need to definitely. Those are places that you need a happy hour. Yes or yes.
Yes.
And happy hours are kind of, as you see lately, I don't see so many.
The happy hours? Not
Yeah.
as much.
If you see, I see something going on, and the only happy hours that I see popping are mostly what the brands organize a happy hour.
Okay, yes.
But if you check it out, a lot of menus or a lot of places doesn't promote happy hour anymore. And I always believe that this is a great initiative. You can figure out your shit on the menu. You don't need to put the whole menu. You don't need to put your whole cocktails. You can create a special menu. I think happy hour was always a great initiative. It's always a way to keep your locals coming back to your bar.
Yeah.
And make them locals, make them your friends. You remember when we used to have our friend on the bar, the guy that comes every day and becomes your friend. It doesn't matter if the guy is the president of the company and becomes your friend. We used to have, when you remember, Vista here on on Buena Vista.
Yeah.
We have a few locals that then later, months after know them, they come every 2-3 days a week. We realize the one was the CEO of a company, the other was
Look at
CFO. They have like a ton of money, and they just like to spend the time. I would like that they bring back that in many ways, in many places, in the hotels. And the hotels now on the beach with the renovations.
Yeah.
They should promote that so we can keep a little bit locals entertained, and even the tourists. A lot of tourists ask for happy hours, and you don't see so many.
No.
It's something that they should bring back in the industry a little bit more.
They should promote it more, and it's like you said, it's like a good kickstart to the afternoon. A 5 to 7 or a 4 to 7, you're always going to get a nice little crowd, and like you said, you're going to have the same people 2 or 3 times getting out of work. Right before work, as they're waiting for traffic, they're gonna have 2 or 3
drinks, an appetizer, something, and then some of them they get like, oh, I'm gonna stay for one more, and then they don't mind so much to pay full price after they get to special price, happy hour. Happy hour people think that needs to be always half price. No, you can just lower a little bit the prices, give them an extra. It's a bunch of initiatives that I think that they can be used, and I think they're very smart. That it will be very smart if we go back for that. Actually, it's sometimes happy hours with a pain that I remember a long time ago franchises we get hit with those happy hours.
It depends.
Yeah, it was. At some point they go too far. Long time. I was working one time on Benningham's and they decide to do 3 for 1 frozen margaritas in a Friday.
No,
and
hold on.
Girls got crazy about that shit. And there were rounds and rounds in that machine. The barber was killing just carrying ice to fill that machine.
No, because the ice can't with everybody.
It was too much. But that was a little bit too much, too far. They go a little bit too strong on that.
Yeah.
But in there also start serving you chitty shit. That's something that I don't like. When you think that you serve chitty alcohol.
If it's all too well and house and all that, I mean, it's good for the price, $4 or $5, but that's not what I want.
I think we still can talk with the brands about reasonable price, offers, promotions, and support, so you don't need to give people chitty shit.
Yeah.
I don't approve that shit. If I work in a place, if I do a consulting for a place and they ask me for buying cheapy shit, I always try to refuse or try to explain the owners why it's not decent for your business. To do that, but going offer like that, some super cheap price.
It kind of brings down the value of your brand too.
Exactly. I think the same. You need to, at some point, you need to find a balance between what makes you not necessarily exclusive, but it puts you in a nice level of quality, and it also doesn't kill your numbers.
Yeah.
But I think once you kill your name, it's very difficult to go back.
100%. People will always remember you for the good, but more for the bad, which is terrible. You could be the best business owner for years, but you make one bad mistake or whatever, and it's like, oh my God, that business owner, or whatever the case may be.
Is the thing that I always hated, and if I have some way to fix it, I will erase the chances of put bad reviews on places. Good, nice, you feel okay about it. But bad, why you need to make it public and be an asshole? Instead of go talk to the manager and tell like, hey, this was very bad. Even the bartender was very rude.
Whatever.
I have a bunch of bad ones that say, oh, the motherfucker with the school glasses, the bad asshole tattoo is an asshole. Sometimes I need to. Most of the time, you know what is the curious thing? People weaponize that sin, and I think that's very cheaty. Like, because I refuse service because you don't have a proper ID. And they put me a lot of bad reviews because of that. Because I was the boss. My bartender see an ID that doesn't look real.
Yeah.
He begins to me and says like, no, you can serve. This is a foreign ID. And then you explain the person. And normally I explain the person. Sorry, this is not an ID of the United States, or this is not a passport, or this is a foreign ID that I cannot recognize because, and they make a mistake. They don't understand. It's like, it's the law. If I call you a police officer, the police officer is going to be on my side. And then people get mad and put that review about me being an asshole, and they don't explain why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of the worst things is some of the owners of places, they're so stupid that they think that for one drink or avoiding of one bad review, it's better to take the chance to lose your license. So actually, a few times I take out my apron and try and leave the places. I was about to get fired a few times for leaving without. I said that you tell me that I need to serve a person that I refuse because doesn't have the proper ID, and that looks like a minor. And you want me that I go to jail for you? Oh, I get responsible. No, you don't.
No.
If the police come, even if you tell them that you asked me to serve, I'm the one with the responsibility to serve. And some owners doesn't understand that we have the training and we read the law and we've been training training how many bartenders you train in your life?
Oh my God.
Thousands.
Yes.
Thousands.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think so. I was instructor like for 5 years. You've been in like
6
also like
years,
6
yeah.
years. Exactly. How many we train? How many times we read this shit? How many times we saw the alcohol
The tips, the alcohol awareness test, all that stuff.
And people think that we are playing.
Yeah.
And well, this is the problem when the owners of the places never been on this business or built out of nowhere, and they think that they are or know better because they are putting the money.
Yeah, which is terrible.
Which is terrible. Actually, I was telling one of the owners, I said, "Ma'am, I'm caring about your business. I'm taking care of your license. I'm trying to protect you, and you want to fire me because I leave the place trying to teach you that you're doing the. Oh, but you should not leave. You should not push me to serve a minor."
Exactly. No.
Yeah. So I hate that. And he said, "Oh, but in the door, they let me in with the ID." The doorman is not responsible. I don't blame them. Your problem is you're supposed to be a security in case something happens. He doesn't have nothing done in his line of work that explain that he needs to know about chicken ID. He asked him, and he says that he's 21. He doesn't need to follow the rules. If the police come, doesn't gonna tell him shit for chicken ID.
He didn't break the law.
The ones who break the law are us.
Yeah.
And they don't understand the thing. So those are the kind of things that I would like to be more addressed on the industry, and the people understand a little bit better. But it's not that easy.
It's not a...
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. What happened?
10 minutes, then we're probably going to have to pause.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had a drink that you wanted to bring out too, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to do that during the pause or?
Yeah, we'll do it in 10 minutes.
All right.
But yeah, no, I think business owners should have worked in the business, first of all, before they go ahead and they start telling people with experience what to do, or how to do their job, especially when the law is involved. You know,
It happens to you that you do the menu, they say like you are not right, and so why you hire me?
100%. 100%. Or how many times I've created a cocktail, I've done, let's say, experiments on a cocktail. You know how sometimes when you're doing a menu, one drink can take 10 attempts, 15 attempts, 20 attempts. You start tweaking little things. And I'll never forget one time I made one. It had like 14 different ingredients for Thanksgiving. It was amazing. And I gave it to a guest before we put it on the menu. And he was just, it's okay. And, the kitchen loved it. Everybody, the staff loved it. And, it's just missing. It's a little bit too, I don't remember what word. And I was like, what do you do? No, I'm an accountant and, all this stuff. Okay.
Yeah. No, and I said to everyone, I said this to everyone, it's impossible to make a drink that likes everyone.
100%.
It's never going to happen.
Never.
I have a very good memory about how I put that shit on my mind very clear. I made one drink for one competition with the World Cup. And that's for me so far one of the best drinks I ever made. I made one very good one not so long ago, but it's not so famous. It's actually viral, but it's not so famous.
You made a lot of good ones.
No, but I made one and I was thinking, no, this shit is beautiful, blah. And everybody who tried it is like, no, it's delicious, blah. So I started dating a girl and said, I'm going to surprise you with this drink. I made the drink, super proud of myself. I get to her like, I don't like it. Oh, shit.
No way.
Like, kick up my balls. Oh, shit.
What did I do wrong?
Hey, I feel like shit for a few days. And then I say like, man, it's at least 100 people that tried before. They like it.
Yeah.
She may not like one of the Indians. It's not her fault and it's not my fault.
Yeah.
So exactly. It happens exactly. You try to everyone and it's not easy to please everyone.
No.
And yeah, maybe the guy is an accountant and he never drinks. And oh, I will like it more. You do one drink with, I don't know, because you decide, you try, like you said, I hate when they don't respect your creative process. They think that, oh, can you make me something that they have for a consultant? And we need the drinks for tomorrow. It's not that I have a book of recipes that I like and I never use it. No,
Right.
I'm gonna create something new. So they don't respect that. And some people, you make a drink, let's say with vodka, because it needs to be because you already tried.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but it would be nice if you put whiskey in it.
No.
It doesn't make any sense. Why?
Right.
Yeah. So yes, people doesn't take serious what that process takes,
No.
and yeah, it's very difficult. And the owners sometimes don't respect. So it's like, why you hire me? Why you pay
Exactly.
me for a consulting if you think that you can do better than me?
For sure.
It's
sure.
your money. Oh, I do it, but it doesn't make sense.
No.
And for me, it's that exactly, and it's not easy to try to agree with everyone, especially when you work with the kitchen. I think the kitchen is a very nice tasting.
Oh, and
Because
that's
the
the
flavor.
first people to try it. Every time I create a cocktail, I go straight to the kitchen. Everybody's got to try. Even the dishwasher, because I know the dishwasher's trying their food. So even the
All the
dishwasher has like a good palate and all that stuff because he's always constantly trying stuff. So
Yeah.
everybody's got to try it. in the
If he's
kitchen.
Haitian and Jamaican, he knows about the spices. And
Oh, everything, exactly. He knows. He's like, a little bit more rum. Yes. You are right.
Yeah, no. Exactly. I think that the kitchen is great test for you have so much different palates.
Yeah.
And I like that on my time. I remember we used to hate with the chefs. Not the rest of the kitchen so much, but the chef and the bartender used to be hate each other so bad. We have fights, and thanks God that changed a lot. And now I'm very good with the kitchen. I have like a tremendous good relationship with most of my kitchen people. And I love it because now we share knowledge so much better.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I get drunk with them. They
Yeah.
get drunk with us. With the bartender chef
They feed
exchange.
us.
Yeah, they
Yes,
feed
yeah,
us.
you have
And
to
they
take
get
care of
thirsty. They're like,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. And we share other things on the walk-in cooler.
Exactly.
All the products that you can afford.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very important connection. If you have a good connection between kitchen and
Front of house, back of
It's
house.
for me, bartenders are the front of the house that belongs to the back of the house. We are the front of the house because we need to be there, and we're actually the person who face the most. They think the servers no. We are fucking like it or you don't like it. We are the artists of the show. We are the ones that are in the scene.
Yeah.
The server is around. Server is the guy who carry the stairs and shit on the movies. We are the actors. These guys, the chefs and the kitchens are like the producers.
Yeah.
So we kind of belong to them. Actually, we understand very much for that. You see more bartenders going out with kitchen people to go to
With
drink
chefs
and
and
to
stuff,
party
yeah.
and everything. And we are better friends than with servers.
Yeah.
Servers are that thing. And then bartenders, we have that treats with the kitchen. Servers
sure.
are always jealous of that because we always get food. They always get
Yeah.
drinks. And servers no. Servers you don't do service.
They're always just running around,
Yeah.
looking lost.
So I always think that we, in some way, we belong more with the kitchen, and especially now that we are using so much curious products. And now you need to be on the kitchen all the time. Now you, as a
Yeah.
bartender, you need to be all the time doing prep.
Especially nowadays with the quality that everybody's producing, you're constantly getting stuff, tools and things like that from the kitchen or using their stove and cooking things. I saw
Yeah.
you cutting ice the other day.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me about that. Freaking.
Ice is curious thing. I like it a lot. I don't think that I'm like such good at that. I always get intrigued. I think it looks so cool. It's kind of it's dangerous as fuck.
How important is ice in a cocktail? Because a lot of people think, oh, just grab some ice from.
No. For me, it really makes a difference. The kind of ice that you use. You ever see that, or I don't know. You think crushed ice makes everything better? Thinking that Coca-Cola with a lot of crushed ice when it's hot.
That's kind of what you want.
Yeah, exactly. It's very refreshing. It's
Yeah.
not that you're gonna use crushed ice for everything,
Exactly.
but some things with crushed ice are definitely
A
better.
mojito.
A mojito with the top of crushed
have it.
ice.
Oh.
Yeah, for me, exactly. It depends how you build it. I think it's very important. And yes, for me, the ice is very important. Especially thanks God, now we have good ice machines.
Yeah.
And our ice, even the ice on the wall where you shake, is a pretty decent kind of clear ice.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's important. Yes, it's not about taste of the ice itself, but just I think some machines that are very cheapy, old school, it tastes kind of weird, or the water
Yeah.
is not good because they don't have very nice filters or something. But yes, I think using the proper ice, it changed the the way you feel the drink in some way, and the presentation is always a thing.
Presentation, 100%.
It's a thing. I
Yeah.
think so. A drink with a nice presentation. I think a drink needs always accomplish not only how good it tastes. It needs to accomplish 2 or 3 important things. It's how the visual thing is.
100%.
It's the first thing that you get attracted.
Yeah.
It's like real love. You don't need to like only how she looks. Oh fuck, I love people. Sorry, I buy good taste. I don't mind if you like something different and if you go for whatever. But
Right.
I like a person that attracts me. I
Yeah.
like a girl that attracts me. But then, exactly, you know the personality. Also, it's the same with girls, and I know this goes from the girls to the guys. You smell good.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear a lot of girls saying, a guy that showers on cologne. Same, you have a drink, and when you bring it close, it has something aroma. That's why
Something
the
that you-
oils,
of
the
course.
sprays, shit. I think that makes even now the flowers or something. Even you don't smell the flower, it gives you that sensation that you're in something floral, something
sure.
tropical. The mint, why is it important? I mean, why is punk the mint? No, because we all like dirty
Yeah.
things. It's also,
You bad
bad thing. No, but yes, Mojito maybe is the bad bitch of the cocktail.
Maybe,
No, because
yeah.
she likes to be spank. Yeah, I love it. So, but yes, for me, it's exactly it's a presentation, how you see it, how it smells, and then how it tastes. Because exactly sometimes it tastes delicious, but it missing something. So that's why the garnish. I love that I love tiki, the tattoo sticky. So I
Yeah.
love things like that. But also I understand and I like sometimes when the drink is very clean with just super minimalistic
Also,
garnish.
less is more.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes I agree totally. Sometimes goes too much. For me, I try to don't use straws. I'm trying to be very friendly with the environment. So I try to don't use straws. For me, straws are needed, especially for tropical or tiki drinks. For sure needed. For the other ones, I always believe that when you drink directly from the glass, you have a better sense of the flavor, the smell,
For
and
sure.
everything. And that's why you have rims and things like that. People are like, I know, but your glass is washed with sanitizer,
Yeah.
a super hot temperature, and we try to polish. It's the same. You're drinking in your house and you drink water from the hose and you drink water.
100%.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
and
especially when we're
Yeah.
15 years old.
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly. And when you're drunk, you drink from whatever they
Exactly.
serve you. You don't know
from
what's
each other.
coming.
Let's go ahead. Oh, from the bottle.
You smoke a joint and you give it to everyone.
exactly,
You
so.
give it the same bag. No, come to.
All right, we're back live from our little break there.
I mean, we were talking about the ice. You need to do that with your finger and then lick it and then put it again. It's like, that's what the- and now that's good. And cheers for that.
Cheers.
Thank
cheers.
you for the invitation again. Thank you
You're
for the
very
drink.
welcome. Of
And
course.
actually, it smells that we were talking. The way that presents the ice, the thing, and that we were talking about the ice.
Everything,
especially.
everything.
I think it makes big difference. Really, the ice is not only about the process of the ice. I think people put a little bit too much shit into how you do like a super special ice. I'm very relaxed about water.
Yeah.
And I understand that it's water that is better than the other ones. Yes, but I think many times people pay a lot of money for plastic bottles.
Yeah.
And you're more doing wrong for the water and for the contamination,
100%.
paying for that super expensive bottle, than what you're really drinking of water. That you can, I know that these people that taste water, that they know a lot. If you feel a little bit more concerned, maybe buy a little kit for your home. Then now they sell it everywhere, and you can taste the pH and the shit, and you're gonna know pretty much. And the decent thing that you can do for me for saving. I always have a few bottles of water at home if somebody doesn't feel comfortable. But what I have is I have a filter, a carbon filter at home.
That's normal.
And I put it that thing, and I think it's more than enough. And then when you go more mysterious about doing the clear ice and thing, but you need to boil the water and something like. You don't need to. If you do it, of course, the water is a little bit less mineralized or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just a process that is not so you can make it very complicated. You can make it very easy. And normally I train how to do it with like a cava, like a cooler.
Yeah.
How to do it in a walk-in, and it's just a process about timing mostly. You put enough water, you just with the proper timing, and then you're gonna lose half of that water, and then your ice is gonna come. The trick or the biggest thing that is actually fun, difficult, and dangerous, but it, oh, look,
Special
give me a
guest.
gift, thank you. It's the cutting part. The cutting part is a very nice and difficult about how dangerous can be. You can snap out of your fingers if you're
Yeah.
not careful. So in the beginning, especially, use the proper gloves you cannot cut yourself, or you can reach in, and the knives that I'm using mostly. I love these big knives for like a chopper, for a butcher,
Like a
the butcher,
Yeah.
especially because the weight, they're very heavy, and
So
entonces
it cuts down a
have
nice, clean cut.
yes, and no, you have, when it's heavy, you know that it's heavy, and you control it a lot with your hand because it's the weight. If
Okay.
it's too light, sometimes you put too much pressure and you can slide your finger or
course.
something like that. So it needs to be very sharp.
Yeah.
And then you can see a lot of videos, especially, of course, the Japanese are the guys that are
Oh,
the
most
most about that
definitely.
thing. They are super proper
Yeah.
samurais and that shit.
They could do
And
diamonds
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that stuff. And just,
And I learned, and with time I can do similar, not exactly, but it's cool. And I think it's a nice show for the guests. Yes, I think we go back again for how you deliver our experience. That is
Yeah.
at the end, this thing. Everybody that sits on your bar, if you deliver a great experience, it's always cool, and that always make it even better. So cheers for the experience.
Cheers.
Cheers for the experience.
Cheers. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it smells delicious. Of course, it's good. It's good. It's not any time of the day that you cannot say yes for something like that.
So
Yeah.
we have, I mean, it's a classic Negroni as far as the spirits. You have Nord's gin from Spain.
Mhm.
You have Coqui for your sweet vermouth. You have Campari, but I went ahead, I infused the gin with the Campari for about 19 hours with orange peels,
Okay.
anise, and
I can feel the anise, but it's very light, and I like
it's
it.
like, yeah.
I like it because it can be very intrusive, but this is
And
super-
cardamom.
I love
So I
cardamom.
did-
I love cardamom.
2-to-1 cardamom to anise,
Mhm.
orange peels, about 2.5 oranges, left it there, and then I added the coqui actually just a few hours ago.
Okay.
I
No, it's
want
very
it to be very fresh.
No, it's very nice. It's very balanced. Exactly, and for me, that's the most important thing on drinks lately is balance. But what we said is depending what you're looking for and the kind of menu you're creating or the location.
For sure.
So people say like, oh, this is too sweet sometimes. Depends with the palate. You say again,
Yeah.
not everyone is gonna like the most. And then you do a super balance. Let's say not so much sugar, not so much citrus. And then somebody said like, can you make a little bit more sweet? Because he likes more sweet, or
Yeah.
because you likes more bitter. And I love Negronis, but not everyone needs to like, especially Negronis that has a taste acquired of the bitter.
It's for sure.
So it's a very important thing. Like yes, I think the ice is very important. It's like you said, like your garnish was a star, and it's perfect. It's simple. It's nothing overthink for
Yeah.
this kind of drink. It's perfect, the kind of garnish.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do I'm gonna do a tiki. I admire so much Daniel Dalapola DDP.
Yeah.
It's one friend that I love it and I respect it. There's another for me. It's another living legend. And I see him the other day, and I love when you put the school and then you throw half pineapple and shit on it. Not the
It's
Bloody
like
Mary
a
with a
show,
burger.
too.
No,
Oh,
that's
no,
a little bit
that's-
too much.
that's-
Just a little bit too much. But yeah, but a tiki with the leaves and that and the cinnamon, the fire or the presentation. That's what you want.
Of
That's
course.
sometimes what you want. And you need to people need to understand that sometimes you are expecting something in the wrong place. Like you're going in a dive bar and you expect that the guy make you a super Negroni. It's a dive. It's a dive.
Exactly.
You go
Yeah.
like when I always go. I love the Keys. When we go to the Keys, I always stop in those places, and I order a frozen margarita, rum runner, and yeah, it's a lot of ice. It's a lot of random mixers. Yes, but it's the place. I
But that's
feel
why
like
you're
in
there.
vacations. Yeah, I was
100%.
exactly there. It takes plastic. Yes, it's a lot of sugar. Yes, it's fucking delicious. Has overproof rum, and I'm getting hangover in a minute. Yes,
For sure.
But that's what I was looking for. So exactly, depends what you're looking for. Is you agree to understand where are you going for your drink. You may enjoy better your night, and you may enjoy better your life.
For sure.
You go on a dive bar. Maybe the guy in the dive bar do a great Negroni. You never know.
Yeah.
But depends how busy the fuck you ask.
For sure,
But if not,
for sure.
If not, a breakfast with champions, beer and a shot, and it's perfect. We are
Yeah.
happy. Yeah. I said I drink gasoline. I can drink whatever.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just catch me in the right moment. I have my days that I want Jagger. I have my days when I want Fernet. One days I have just Scotch whiskey or a very
100%.
nice bourbon we can drink.
With a cigar
Yeah, exactly.
and, you know.
It's but in vodka is boring. I don't know. One day I wake up and, I want a vodka martini. Or I want one I like with a gin also, but it's
you never
dependent
know.
mood, exactly. And then I'm not such a wine person, but I can drink wine one day because that's what I want.
Yeah.
And I think depends a lot of how is your mood and what you want. When you ask me about what drink you want, like, depends on the mood.
Yeah, it depends on the mood.
Yeah.
I feel like also people misinterpret that with the prices as well. They want to go, let's say, to a rooftop in Brickell and pay dive bar prices.
Exactly,
like,
exactly. You're walking in a super expensive place and you want to, hey, can you give me something for free or cheap?
It's not buy one get one.
Yes,
It's not
exactly.
Chili's,
Exactly.
You're in Coconut Grove. You're in a nice place. Look around you.
Yeah, no, and the worst is they ask for something, but they go straight for the brand, and then they check the price and why so high? You just order me a super high, a Yamazaki 18, and what you want that I charge you $15? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, how about these 6? This is what you order. I have a few losers. We are doing here with a cameraman that we have some hidden secrets that we don't like to share. Yes, I'm gonna regret about what I'm gonna say right now. Once, and not for long, for maybe a few months, I was a promoter. Fuck, I hate it. I hate it. This is the worst people. And this is the same. Well, promoters, recall, influencer, when good guys, same shit. Same amount of bullshit. So I did it.
So you really have done it all. Promoters.
That is the most shameful. I rather to clean dirty bathrooms in a dive bar to be a promoter. It's the most disgusting person. So the other day we have a few guys that comes to the nightclub, and they start trying to hit on some of my servers that are, of course, super cute, super hot, and everything. They're like, yeah, we invite you a chat. And so the guys, we go, and you know the rule. If you're in the bar, that we were saying the other day with our manager, it normally, unfortunately, doesn't happen that girls comes to invite drinks to the bartenders.
Yeah,
no. Girls, yes, girls get paid everything, but we never. But let's say the guy comes to offer you a drink. What will be your favorite drink? Mister, what you do like to drink? I guess you're gonna go for it. Yamazaki. I want Royal Salute. Anyway. So the girls are trained to what they like to drink, of course. It's 1942. It's something. It's actually what they drink because this kind of girls that go to nightclubs after in Chile. And they excited. The guys comes and yeah, you're beautiful. Yeah, I can do that. I think they were promoters or something like that. And the girl said, okay. And the guy says, I'm gonna offer you a shot. I was like, guys, 4 shots? Yes, 4 shots. Okay. I asked the guy, the girls drinks 1942. They drink tequila, they drink 1942. Yeah. Sure. Yes. 1942. Sure. I cracked the open in front of them. Now this is brand new. Boop, 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 boop. 4. Here's your tongue. Oh no. They motherfuckers. No. It's too much. So the girl said, okay, pay for 2. And we split it.
Yeah.
I bring back 2. And they said, like, no, I'm not going to pay, 65 plus, but 65 is a regular.
$80.
It was like 80 something, almost 90 a shot. But you fucking asked for that.
Yeah,
You're trying to impress the girls. They complained with the general manager. The general manager said, what happens? They said, like, this. I showed them about it. I told them, and they agree. They said, yes, but we're not going to pay 85. You invite the girls. You're the one trying to impress. Exactly. So the general said, like, guys, don't worry. The door is there. Don't pay shit, but go there.
Yeah.
Fucking shameful
that's
assholes.
ridiculous.
Fuck yeah. They are the worst in the industry. I promise, never, if I open a place, never will have promoters. I'd rather to go and burn my ass on the streets, giving flyers or something.
Exactly.
That
go with the sign.
Yeah. I don't do that. I never did that. Did they roll it? Yeah. But, so this is the kind of losers that we talk. Those are the kind of losers that also want to take advantage of that situation, and they think that trying to make the girl drunk, it makes them so pretty because they take the girl home. Yeah. And I think I think you will know, you usually know you're the same kind of person as me. Girls deserve the most respect in the fucking world, whatever it is. So I hate when people try to take advantage. I'm gonna make the girl drunk, so I want to take her home and then shit. Like, no man, you are a man. You said that you're a man. Do it first, a gentleman. You need to impress for what you are, for your security, for what things that you done, for what things that you did, and yes, you can go to party, and I don't mind. I have girls that we go, we get drunk, and then we end up in bed, but not doing that in the purpose of that shit. Not trying to make the girl drunk. Let's offer shots,
exactly.
so she lose control. No. Sometimes you go with your girlfriend and you get fucked up and then you ended up in your home and that's it. But it's not the idea. And you see some of these guys really trying to do that, trying to impress with the bottles, trying to do all that just to try to push the girls to drink my shots. Man.
The bottle servers, I give it up a lot to the bottle servers
These
because
girls,
they have to hold, they have to take a lot, especially when they have a nice uniform that they're showing half their body or whatever, and then you see them with the bottles and the lights, and then they just get lost in the crowd. You don't don't see them for 10 minutes, and it's guys grabbing their ass, going over there, feeding them shots. Have another one. Have another one.
I have all the time my girls as instruction. I give them those instructions. No, my girls. It's just I just work there as a service bar. But I tell them anytime you go in those tables, once you can come running to my spot, and I give you soda, water, soda, bitter slime, thing to lower down, Red Bull, something. No. Because it's very strong, and we cannot control that thing sometimes. And I hate it. No. And literally, if I see something like a guy grinding ass, and I see one of this, I'm gonna fucking jump the bar. I lose my job. I don't care. And I jump the bar. I'm gonna break his fucking jaw. Yeah. I kind of look small and fucking, but you don't want to see me mad. No. That's why I'm so happy. I try to avoid violence. But fuck, you don't know. I think that's something that we talk with. Actually, I like that the team that I work right now because the general manager and thing. We are the same. Respect for the girls is the main thing.
It's
nobody,
huge,
nobody can pass that line. And when I was a boss, nobody can pass. Like, since you're my bartender, if somebody come and tell you, asshole, I ain't gonna move it. Sorry, buddy. You motherfucker, go here.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, for
I
sure.
I don't understand why people think that because they are drinking or because they're spending or because they're drunk, they can disrespect the service industry people. And that's something that it should be like. It should be enforced in another way. Like, hey, we should have a little bit more backup on that. Like, if we kick out somebody, that person should be, I would love the Italian style. Let's take it on the alley and show you how you need to respect, motherfucker. Yeah. I will have my bat under the bar.
Nice bat, yeah.
Oh, hey, this mister needs a visit on the trash cans.
Yeah.
Disrespect, and a lot of, like you said, a lot of persons, especially, I work so much for what you said, for the girls at the bottle servers, or the girls that work with brands and think that they need to be constantly going out for events. Yeah. And exactly, all because we understand the brands want to sell good. And some of those girls are not only as beautiful as they are, as smart and badass and hard worker they are. Some of the persons that I most respect in this industry are sales rep or ambassadors for brands like Carney Lane, Jackie, and other brands that are insanely good at what they do. And they're beautiful, but exactly the guys try to jump in. Some of them are married, and thanks God that they know how to court. But the other ones are single. They get a slam for these guys, and sometimes disrespect, and that's difficult what they do. And yes, they should be have a little bit more backup. Like, well, when they're on whatever I am, I will not let nobody to disrespect at all. But it's difficult. It's difficult, and I think, and especially these guys that try to show off are always the most assholes. And I would love that we have like a bank cartels always a style at wanted. This motherfucker for abuse.
Right out the door.
Don't go to the fucking places. Yeah, just people that you see all the time in the groups that they posting, hey, this guy comes to the bar and treat bad the bartender. Why? Just because you're paying for your drink? No. So for me that's some of the things in the industry that are very difficult to address. Yeah. And it falls in our lap as old school people to make people respect my other bartenders, even if you are younger or if you are older, if you are a girl, if you are a guy, whatever. It needs to be. That's a good thing about Miami. We have a nice community.
I think we really do.
We do. I think. No, I'm pretty sure that we have one of the best communities in the world. Actually, here in Miami. The States is pretty tight, but we were living outside, as I was living outside, and see other communities. Here, people really don't envy the other ones. Much they are very tight. They try to support each other, and I think that's very important. It's always something that we can improve about how we care about the other ones, about their or mental health. That is a big issue, or addiction for drugs, alcohol, or depression. Everything is something that we should try to address, but it's very difficult that people talk about it. Yeah. I try in my post. You saw some videos that I post in my Instagram, and I try to make stories saying, hey, when you need to talk to somebody, it's not that I'm a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or a therapist or something, but I have experience them all, and I'm very open to talk to people and to share what I know and to help in any way that I can. So, but it's difficult that persons talk.
Yeah.
It's difficult that people are
To open up.
open
Yeah.
in chair and say like, fuck, I'm feeling weak for this or something. It's very difficult, and that's the only problem. But I think our community is very strong in that, and I like that. That
Yeah.
we support each other a lot. Other cities are not like that. In other countries, definitely no.
Definitely no.
No, we have a very strong community, and I love that. Miami has a very nice community. We all try to support each other a little bit.
100%.
Even brand ambassadors has been nice. Brands have
Yeah.
been very nice. Lately, I didn't see so many retirements, your treatments days. You remember that you used to do detox days?
Yeah.
I think we need a lot of that.
I
I
think
know
we-
that we ended up doing the same stupid things on those days.
Yeah.
We go for
It's a
detox,
detox, half a day.
and we ended up super drunk.
In
and
the
so-
beach or something.
Yeah. But at least for that, like you said, for that few hours, you are sharing and you're talking, and then in
Yeah.
some way at least you decompress.
Yeah.
And in some of those meetings, I have the chance to touch the heart of some people, and I feel very happy and very honored that those persons open up with me. I remember not so long ago we have something like in Joya Beach,
Okay.
and I'm there talking with a friend, and he was still feeling bad about the loss of another friend, and he didn't share so much, and he opened up with me, and it was nice. And I see him more relief after we talk. And he told me,
sure.
Santi, thanks God for talking to me. I'm like, man, I'm here. It's very difficult. I cannot push it. I cannot call the person and say, hey, talk to me. If you don't feel, it's very
100%.
difficult. You know how hard it is to jump on therapy. I did therapy a few years ago. It works very well for me, as well as I finish it. And it doesn't mean that I don't think that I may need it again. But so far I feel kind of good about
Yeah,
managing my
relieved.
things. For me, it's all about balance. I'm not a saint. You're never gonna see me crucifying somebody because he drinks, because he does drugs. No, I'm not a saint. I've never been a saint. I've been doing the stupid stuff since 30 years ago
Yeah.
or more, and I keep doing it. I mean, the only difference is I learn with the time the balance shit is important. I can drink right now this. I can drink another one or two. But if I want to work tomorrow, I cannot get sober. Last week I was super hungover at work. It's something that you should not do.
Yeah.
But normally it doesn't happen to me, and I try to handle all my situations and talk to people about that. It's a balance. Go sober.
For sure.
Don't go sober in alcohol. Don't need to be so sober. Actually, hey, it's like for me, it's like if you drink holy water too much, you're gonna get sick on your stomach.
It's
Something
bad.
you're gonna throw up or something.
Yeah.
So anything that you go above of the normal amount is gonna be bad in some way.
For sure.
But if you are balanced, I don't tell you don't smoke. I don't like vapes. I think it's bad. But just do the less possible. You smoke cigarettes, try to do the less possible. Same with every drug, cocaine, marijuana, whatever. It's whatever you want to do. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
You know, just try to be careful where to do it and how to do it, and try to be balanced.
And there's a time and a place.
There's
for
a time,
everything.
it's a place, and you need to be careful, especially if you go on harder shits. If you go on drugs, this is, as you said, it's like a tattoo. You have a nice tattoo. You want a nice tattoo. You're gonna go for a cheaper tattooer? No, because the shit is gonna last forever.
Exactly.
And if you put something wrong in your body, you're not gonna die for a few hours. You're gonna die forever. So don't go for cheaper shit. Do the same. You're gonna do a nice drink. Do it nicely.
Exactly.
Do it nicely. You're gonna do stupid stuff. Try to do it nicely.
Try to do good stupid stuff. Nice stupid stuff.
So, yeah.
That's funny. That's true.
It's not a secret. It's and I'm very proud of people that I know. Some guys here that are very clean, that they barely drink, and they're like, "Fuck, congratulations, man, you're amazing."
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't have that.
I've tried to stop. I don't know.
I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch.
Exactly.
I think. Well, the only time that I stopped drinking, I tried one time, and I didn't put a goal. I said, I'm gonna start drinking. Nobody believes me that was around at that point. Actually, so, understandable.
Yeah, I mean-
One of those used to be my barman and said, like, Santi, you don't only have tattoo as a pirate, you fucking drink like a pirate. So actually, I stopped it, and I last a little longer than I expected. I was thinking like maybe 1-2 weeks, maybe something. I last like a month and a half, almost like a month and 10 days. And just one day I said, okay, today I want to drink. But I already proved myself that I'm enough to also manage that.
Yeah.
I stopped smoking for many years. Last year, because of stress, I started smoking again. Now I'm trying to quit it again. But I'm so far, I'm pretty good about that, and that's I think the balance thing that we were talking. Is balance about everything. I can be an asshole behind the bar, but I cannot be an asshole all the time.
Of course.
In the same about finding support. You're strong for sure. You don't need to be the strongest person, and not even in the room.
No.
You can be at some point. Some things that hits you in life are enoughly strong to break down the biggest person. I've been on the Marines. I've been in combat. I lost my family, and I lost my father. I lose shit.
No.
I almost lose friends. I lose a lot of things because I cannot control the shit. So you can get break at some point in your life. It's not bad to ask for help. It's like I realize. I always think like therapy is for crazy psycho shit. No, man. At some point, I think I heard sometime a guy said like at some point everybody should go at least one time to therapy. How long? I don't know. 1 time, 3 times.
Yeah, check it
1
out.
month, yeah. But yeah, I did like 3 months. It was enough. Things got or things whatever. But it works.
Yeah.
But some people that need it for long, and some people that never went, should check out. Because some of us, especially in this industry, we're fucked up.
In this industry, yeah. I mean, I haven't gone to therapy myself, but I know I could use it. I mean, for sure. I've been through so many things. When I lived in New Orleans, I was there for 4 months. I was in a dark place. Very, very dark place. Strangers. I didn't know anybody. I mean, I tore my Achilles, and that's how I moved back, and that was a blessing. But the funny thing is, 2 weeks after I left, there was a shooting right in front of the place I was working. And everybody ran in, and it was open carry. Also, I got into a lot of arguments with guests that I've never gotten into arguments with guests here in Miami. Over there in NOLA, it was totally different. So, for sure, just worldwide, you know.
No,
not everybody's...
lately it's more easy and more easy to go in that. I didn't realize because I was here like, when I'm gonna look for therapy. And clearly I found something online that gives you the chance to choose what kind of therapist you want.
Yeah.
Not only when you go to an office and you grab it, is what you get.
Yeah.
No, this one you kind of choose. I want a woman, I want a man, I want a religious side, or no, I'm
It's
not
a
religious.
magazine or
No. Just a GQ version for therapists. No, actually pretty cool, and it's online. And you do like a video therapy, and you choose how many times a week, and you pay for that, and you pay a affordable price. That's all. I think normally it's very expensive. Yeah. And it's professionals, and I hit the right person. It was a very nice girl. She was very cool, very very good therapist. She teach me something that I would like to let here, thinking for whatever who see this. It was especially suffer a lot of that point of depression and anxious. Same shit. Yeah. You suffer one, you suffer both.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And it says, if we were talking and she said me write it because I'm gonna forget it later because she just come with that on that moment. And said like, whatever you cannot touch it, whatever you cannot feel it, whatever that you cannot fix it, is totally out of your control. And actually something that I repeat myself a lot after that, to understand that sometimes some things are totally out of my hands.
Yeah.
Even whatever I do, whatever I know, I cannot control that shit. So, and it sell me down a little bit, and it really helps. And I'm very happy. Like I tell you, I said to everyone, at some point, if you need your help, I can recommend you that thing, or I can hear you. And it's very important. I think it's something that the industry really needs. It's a tough subject, and some people doesn't want to admit the problems. And I think it's not a white elephant. We all know what we do. We all know who do it, and what we do it, and everything. This is not a secret. Nobody has a secret on that. But it's difficult to address that persons really talk about their problems. And that's what happens. What happens in the last years, that we have like at least 3-4 losses a year. Yeah. For the wrong reasons. Yeah. Because it's not something that that's something that we can control, because something normally is stupid moves more than anything else. And that's the serious problem of the community. The rest, we can figure out how to manage these assholes promoters and then the good customers.
But it's ourselves. We got to take care of ourselves, really.
Yes. Now it's tough. Money is tough. Yeah. Miami is very expensive. and the industry is getting hit. I don't know. What do you think about World Cup with the situation around with immigration? I see it tough.
It's tough.
I don't know how it's gonna be. I'm kind of worried
Yeah.
that it is gonna work as we were expecting. We were expecting like a huge season.
Yeah.
Now I don't know.
No. And also you have so many people from other countries that are here with so much talent that are also afraid to go to work. They don't know what to do. And you don't like to see that, especially with our fellow coworkers and fellow friends. You're kind of worried, you know. I think it was, last year, the year before also. I mean, it wasn't ICE or it wasn't anything, but we had a raid of cops and health inspectors and things like that. And it's like, oh shit, okay, are we hiding in the walk-in or what are we doing, you know? And it's kind of like a very scary and touchy subject as well. I think, I don't want to get into politics. Obviously, I hate politics. But I feel like, you know, they have to go after criminals. I feel like they have to go after those kind of people instead of the working class people that are just trying to make a living.
I think the same. We were built, our country were built on immigrants and people coming to do their best. And if you are working and you are doing your things in the right way, you should have a path. Like you said, I don't like politics. I don't want to go on deep on that shit. But yes, it's terrible to see, like you said, the real hard workers afraid to get out of their house and not knowing how they're going to pay their food or the things, this, because they're just afraid of that thing. So I hope that fixes soon, because we're entering the season that we expect to be maybe the longest season that we ever have in Miami, with that month of the soccer World Cup,
the World
Plus,
Cup,
and then we
Miami
have
Music
Miami
Week,
Music
all that.
Week, or have the F1, and then at the end, you think if that works very well, exactly, and then we start again with the football season and with the NHL season. So there will be, and we're champions in NHL, so this is great.
Yeah.
At least I push it. Football, we have our problem. We're heartbroken on that side. but at least we should have a little bit more push this year. And that
This year should be huge.
It should be huge. So we hope that works probably.
Yeah. I mean, we have the new soccer stadium too. That's gonna be freaking huge and all that stuff. Let's see. Should be very interesting.
So, cheers for that. Cheers for the conversation,
Cheers.
brother. Thank you very much for the invitation also.
Yes, of course.
It's been a very fun time to talk to you.
Yes, likewise. We got to do this again. All right, guys. So it's been incredible having Santi here as a guest, the Antimixologist. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, but let's go ahead and where can everybody find you? What are your new projects? I know you have some new merch, new things coming up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yes. Instagram, that is the most, maybe the thing that I move the most. So far, I'm not very good at social media, but so is the @Antimixologist. That's it. And I have my website there, antimixologist.com. And yeah, that's maybe the best way or the most easy way to check what I'm doing right now. The brand is being built right now for a little bit more than 10 years. And I was trying to relaunch it last year, but it didn't happen, so it's going to happen soon. So yes, and the thing that you see on the website, or in the Instagram better, I have the bitters that you knew before. That was just a black school. That is a tropic bitters. It's a bitter, not so bitter. So this is more for aromatics and for a different flavor. And I'm launching properly my other two products for cocktails. There's going to be Katrina bitters. That's a Mexican woman inspired bitters. Why? Because I realized, because a friend gave me the hint, is I don't find a bitter from Mexico that I really like it. And I started making the research and really happens the same to me. Most of them just has like a spicy tincture flavor or some smell, but not really. So I create new ones. I make my research about 3 basic dishes from Mexico. They constructed and create this. So I have to launch it soon. You're gonna see it. It's painted as a Katrina.
Yeah, that's
and it's inspired the women of Mexico because they were the creators of these dishes. And then I have orjat. It's called emolele. Orjat emolele in Pacific. The style. Old school language. It means perfect. So perfect orjat. It's very different. How you try it is very difficult to describe. And so I have that about to launch, and I have some merch.
Awesome.
Merch is going to be for sale. So a few different t-shirts in a hat. I didn't release any show off of the t-shirt, but that will be probably in the next 2 months, you're gonna start seeing popping some stories and maybe a few posts about that. And the idea is to launch it in around 2-3 months. And which I will let on the Instagram knows where it's gonna be. The event is open to everyone.
Sweet.
I hope everybody goes. We're gonna have 3 special cocktails, one with each product, and then we're gonna be selling the merchant. And then at that point, it should be available to buy for personal or for business, because I hope to catch a distribution company right away. If not, I can do it directly. I
Yeah.
did it before, but now will be a little bit more serious business. So crossing fingers that
Hopefully.
will work properly, and then I will bring you some for the next time that we do maybe another one. I bring you some samples so you can try and we can do something here.
Yeah, man, we'll make some cocktails. Let us know when your merch comes out so I can go ahead and support, get some stuff from you. Brother, we got to do this again.
But yeah,
Alright.
definitely. Very nice conversation. The time flies. Was great. It was great.
Yes.
And the drink was amazing. So thank you
Good,
very much for the
good.
invitation, brother.
Alright.
It's been a real pleasure.
Always. All right.
Yeah.
Catch us next time. Antimixologist. There you have it.
Thank you
Cheers.
very much. Cheers.
All right.
No, very fun.